My name is Elói. Today we are going to talk about Oracle Data Transforms, that is a built-in ETL tool in Autonomous Database. Before we move on, let me just talk a little bit about me. So as I said, my name is Elói, so I'm a data integration specialist for Oracle. I'm working with the different integration tools, so Golden Gate, OCI data integration, data transforms, data catalog, and also Oracle Data Integrator, ODI. So during this session, you are going to see now a couple of slides, just 2 or 3 slides. I'm just going to introduce you a little bit the Autonomous Data Studio. That is a suite of tools for helping Oracle customers to load data and manage data inside of Autonomous. And of course, the main topic of today's session is the Oracle Data Transform. So I have a slide for Oracle Data Transforms, or 2 slides, and after I have a demo prepared, and it's going to be the biggest part of this session is going to be the demo. Okay, so let's start it. The Autonomous Database Studio, it's basically a set of tools that help customers to load data into Autonomous. So if you have the data load that help you, as the name suggests, so load data, for example, from object stores to Autonomous, from local files, from different databases, so you can create DB links, and also you have an option to pulling data at the same time. After we have the data transforms, that is going to help you to join, aggregate, clean data. As you can see, we have over 100 connectors. Data analysis, data insights, and also data sharing. So we are talking about this new feature that we have on Autonomous data sharing, in order that we can share data in a simple and secure way. So in this case, so I'm just going to focus here on this part, on the data transforms. So data transforms is an ETL tool. It's based on Oracle Data Integrator, ODI, so the engine, it's ODI, but it has a very simple interface, and you just basically need to drag and drop the different components to create your own process, and you are going to see this during the demo. After, you have some built-in data quality tools, even that is not a data quality tool, that you can find here on data preparation. You have mainly 2 options that we are going to see during the session to load data. One is the data loads, that it's basically a component that you have to load data from one source to one target in a very simple way. So let's put the example of a staging area. Okay, you have a staging area, you have the same structure on the staging area as you have on the source. So you just need to use the data loads to select the source, and after it's going to map with the target, and that's it. You can use you can do full loads, you can do incremental loads, and so on. And after you have the data flows, that is a resource component inside of Oracle Data Transforms, that it will help you to develop, let's say, more complex or more elaborated processes. So we are talking about to join, aggregate data, lookup, add lookup, so in order to do kind of left or right joins, and also to clean, add some cleansing data, and so on. So as I was saying, we have over 100 connectors that you can see here. So just here name it. Basically, you have from relational databases, data warehouses, e-commerce like eBay, HubSpot, Google Analytics, and so on, and also from enterprise applications like the Oracle Fusion applications, where we have the ERP, HCM, and so on, but also, for example, for e-business suite, Salesforce, and ServiceNow, for example. Okay, so after, you just need to check the entire list of connectors that we have on our documentation, and just check if the technology that you are using, if it's for this tool. Now, what we are going to see here during the session, basically, we are going to start by exploring the connections. So show you a little bit the connectors, how you can create a connection to Autonomous database, for example, or to Oracle database. Just a walkthrough for connections. After, I'm going to create a data load. Since I was explaining, it's a very simple way that we have to load data from source to target. After, I'm going to create a data flow, that's something a little bit more elaborated, and in the end, I'm going to put these pieces in a workflow that basically is to orchestrate what we did it. So and that's it. It's going to be a very simple and straightforward demo, and the main goal is to show how it works. Okay, so now let me just switch to my browser, and here on the Oracle Cloud under Oracle Database you can find Autonomous Database, right? And here, so in any Autonomous Database, under Database Actions, you can click here on View All Database Actions. Okay, and after, as I was explaining, you have here the Data Studio, where we have the different components, and also we have here the data transform. So I'm just going to click on Data Transforms, and it's going to load. So it's here already, and the homepage, it has what I explained previously: load data, that data loads, and transform data, basic data flows. Okay, before I jump into this, I'm going to show you the part of connections. Here on connections, I'm just going to show you first how you can create one, even that I'm not creating during the demo. But you just need to click on the create connection. After the technology, as you can see here, they are split by databases, applications, and services. So under databases, so of course you have everything that is a database, and you can't find one. After, under applications, you have, for example, Fusion apps, you have Oracle NetSuite, and so on. And under services, we have the option to connect to OCI Golden Gate and to data transform. So to other service that you have, for example, you can have another data transforms that you would like to connect, can belong to a different department, but you have the need to call a job from that data transform. So you can use you can create here a connection. Okay, so and that's it. So now if I go here to databases and I click on Oracle, after you just need to click here on the next button, and here is the usual, right? So the host, so you need to put the host name, the port of the database, usually 1521, and after the SID or the service name. Okay, as I said, I'm not going to create one, but it just highlight so what you need to replace here, and after, of course, the username and password. Here I can show you, for example, one for Autonomous Database that is already created. I just uploaded the wallet, and after I put the username and password, I can test the connection, and this is connected. Okay, so this is the first part. Now the second part here is the data entities. So data entities are basic tables and views. Okay, in short, you need to import them into the tool. It's a little bit how the tool works. It requires to have the tables or views that you want to work with. So in this case, I'm going here to filter for ADW catalog, and schema I'm just using one, but I can filter as well for this schema. Now I don't have, if I jump here to the other tab, I have here, for example, the source taxi data. Okay, that is here, and I don't have it here. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is to import it, and this just imports the metadata. So you click on import data entities. Now you select the connection, in this case is this one, the schema, okay, is this one, and now you can bring all the tables and views, or just filter for the one that you want. In this case, I'm just going to filter for this one, source taxi data, and I just need to click start. What this is going to do is to generate a job, okay, and this job is going to bring the metadata to data transforms. So now it's here, so I'm going to click on it, and this is just going to take a couple of seconds, around 30-40 seconds more or less. I'm just going to refresh here a couple of times. Now you see it's almost in the last and it's done. So it took 27 seconds. Okay, now if I go here again to data entities, if I filter to the, it's already filtered, so now you see here. Okay, so and now you can see here that we have the structure for the for this table. Okay, now let's for the next part, that is to creating basically a data load, a simple process, and after a data flow, a more elaborated process. Now I'm just going to create a project first. It can be, the name of the project can be called coaching, for example. Okay, now I click on the project, so you can create as many projects as you want in order to organize your processes. Okay, now here the data load is the first option. I just need to click on create data load. I can give a name, so data load example. So now the next part is to select the source. So the source is going to be also an Autonomous database. Again, this is just an example. After, you can use different sources, of course. And the scheme is going to be admin. Now the target is going to be a different Autonomous, that is this one, and the schema is going to be ADB user. Okay, so and I click save. Now actually I have on this target, now I have the table. So what I'm going to do after to drop the table just to show, since this is just an example. So let me just search for that table. That the name is lookup. So this is the table that is on this database, and I want to create on this database. Since I run this previously, I have it here, but what I'm going to do it is just to drop the table to show you that after it's going to be created. Okay. Let me just run the drop. Okay. Now now it's not here anymore. So now here on the target action, we have several options. Today, I'm just going to show you one, but for a future session I can show you more. But today I'm just going to use here the recreate option. This is what is going to do, is just basically drop and create. So as you've seen, I have already dropped the table, but in case that I didn't have it, it's going to try it and create again. After, in case that exists, you can use the truncate in case that you clean up, or the append. Okay, in case that you just want to do inserts. In case that you want incrementals, you have two options: the merge and the append. And as I said, this is for a different session. Okay, today I'm just going to show a very simple example, and that's it. I just going to click on this one and click on recreate. Now I'm just going to run. And it should, yeah, it's done. It's done. So it's already started. So from here you can check the status. Okay. Now it's in running status, and you can navigate to the job. So I click here on job, and for the first time, basically is also checking the metadata. So this can take around 30-40 seconds, and after the part of the loading is quite fast. Okay. So as you can see here, set table, prepare import. So this is quite straightforward. Okay, in terms of logs and so on. It's not you can check all the logs, everything that is doing behind the scenes. So again, this is based on ODI. That's why if you have experience with ODI, this is going to be very familiar with, for you. If you don't have any experience with ODI, basically just have in mind that it's here bringing the metadata first in order to do the create table. Okay, and it's done. Now if I go here to the last step, you see that what it did, it was to first create target table. You see here, so it's here, so it's doing it. Now if I go here, now I have it again, and if I select, I have here the records again. Okay, so this is the first example. Now let me just show you how to do it for a data flow. As I was saying, data flow is something that we can add some complexity if we want, and usually for enterprise ETL process you add a lot of complexity, so the data flow is the best option. So here in this case I'm just going to give a name again, for example the F example. Now I need to add the schemas that I want to work in this data flow. So in this case this is one of the sources, the ADB user, but I'm going to add another one, and from a different database. It's not from this one, it's from this one, and now it's just fetching the schema. Okay, and now so far so good. Now I'm going to use different sources. So from here I'm going to use the customer and the revenue, and after I will also use here this as a source, but I'll add it later. So now I have here two sources, that is customers and revenue. You can always check the structure of the data, even you can check the data here live. Okay, it's here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a filter for each source. So let me just drag and drop two filters. This one I'm going to add to connect, and now for customers I'm going to add a filter for country code. So also I can, for example, give a name, filter country, for example. And here I just need to click on this pencil and now find here the country code column is here, and now I'm going to filter this by data that is just for US. Okay, and I'm going to do exactly the same but for the revenue. So for the revenue in this case is the order status that I want. Okay, I just need is here, and in this case it's for this status. Okay, and that's it. So right now I have two filters from two different sources. Now the next step is to add a lookup. So as I was saying, basically I want to do a lookup for these lookup cities. Okay, so the lookup cities is going to do a join with customers. So I just need to do this. So I just need to connect the filter to the lookup, and the lookup cities, that is the different tables, to the lookup operator. Okay, so and now here, now what I need to, I just need to tell what is the lookup source. In this case is the lookup cities. Okay, and what is the driving source. Now but the condition in the end the lookup is just a join, right? So the condition is going to be by city ID. Okay, so I'm going to put here city ID customers equals. Okay, so let me just that's it. Okay, so I'm just going to click OK. Now we are almost there. The next step is to join data from this condition with with this source. So I'm going to add another join, and I just need to click here and connect, and also connect here. And here in this join, what I'm going to say that this is an inner join. You have the different types of joins that you can use it. In this case, I'm just going to keep it simple, and I'm just saying that do an inner join by cust key. In this case, it's going to be this column, and the one that I have on customers, that is the cust ID. And we are almost there. The last step is to load data into the target. So you have two options. One, in case that the table doesn't exist, you can click here on this icon, and this is going to allow you to create a table. So you just need to specify what is the target database and so on. That will be the table name. Okay. Another option is to drag and drop the target, and this is what I'm going to do it. I'm just going to drag and drop and connect to the target. Now here you see all the, let me just expand, all the columns that I have it. On the column mapping, I'm just using the auto map. You can do it by position and so on. And here, as you can see here, for example, I don't have some of them that are not mapped. For example, I can have the interest to map, for example, the lookup cities ID. I can go here and put this one. Okay, and for example, let's suppose that I don't need to map these ones. Just an example, just to show you that it's not mandatory to map all of them. And now here on the last option, after you have the here on options, you have two modes to load the data. You have the append and you have the incremental. Okay, so this one, it can create target, so drop and create a target, and just does inserts. This one, it does inserts and updates. Okay, as I said, for the inserts and updates and incrementals and so on, it's going to be a different session. Now I'm just going to do an append. Again, I believe that I have here this table already created. So what I'm going to do it, I'm not going to drop the table, but I'm just going to truncate the table. Okay, so truncate table, just to show you that after the data is loaded there. Now we are almost there. I'm going to save. And also, it's a good practice to validate, okay, just to check that you don't have any typo or anything that is missing here, and it's valid. So I could run this right away without any problem, but instead of that, what I'm doing is to add this data flow on what we call the workflow. As if you remember at the beginning, I was explaining the workflow is basically an orchestrator, and what I'm going to do it is to orchestrate SQL task and after the data flow. So here on the workflows, I'm going to create a workflow, and now let's suppose, so it's going to be workflow example. So here you can do different stuff. So you can call data flows, several data flows. You can call several workflows and so on. Okay, and even you can call remote data loads from other data transforms. So here, even that I've already run this truncate table, I can for example run the same SQL from here. So let me just do here a quick test. I believe that I have here some data. Yes, I have it. So let's suppose that I have here a requirement that I need to truncate this table, the source taxi data that I brought previously. So I'm going to say start, sorry, not to sleep, so let me just put the SQL task. So I'm going to say that this is a first step. So it is the first step that's going to be run it, and after is going to run this. So I can easily say here, look, truncate the table, in case that the other process doesn't truncate this table. Okay. So I could do it this for source taxi data as well, but in this case makes sense to do it for the previous data flow. It's just to show you that you can run SQLs from here. So I'm just going to save it. And now I'm going to run. Okay. And this is what is going to do it, is to first run the truncate and after run the data flow. Now again, it's generating a job. So you see here, this first step is the truncated I put there. It's here, okay? And now here is just you see it's already done. It took 9 seconds and loaded 2258 records. So now if I do a select, is here, so the same amount of records, okay? And that's it. So this was an introduction to Oracle data transforms. In the future, we want to release more videos like this one to explore other type of features that we have in data transforms. So just to a quick recap, basically we export the connections that we have on the Oracle data transforms. We have more than 100 out-of-the-box connectors. After, we use the data loads, simple way to load data flows to create more complex processes, and we can orchestrate all the processes in the workflows. Okay, so if in case that you have any doubts, just let us know. Just reach out to us. We have a Slack channel where you can join and ask your questions. So thanks a lot for your time.